Chances are your company's marketing efforts could be producing better results. We're here to help make your marketing smarter. Welcome to Marketing Cupcakes, bringing you the latest in marketing analytics, data science techniques, integration challenges, guerrilla marketing techniques, and more. Here are your hosts of Marketing Cupcakes, Dave and James Gilbert.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Marketing Cupcakes. I'm your host Dave Gilbert and this is James. Today we're going to talk about game-changing methods to optimize lead quality between sales and marketing at an enterprise level. So we're going to give specific examples today that James has had in his career working with a large company and helping them understand how lead quality can improve between marketing and pass that on to sales and how they implemented a strategy around that. So go ahead, James.
Yeah, so I worked for an agricultural company for a few years, and one of the main tasks that I was implementing was an entire lead quality and lead management. And one of the things that we found is we interviewed, as a first step, sales to find out what their current take on what our leads were and the quality of them. And what we found was that most of them agreed that the marketing lead that they got from marketing was never a good quality to begin with. And so we wanted to understand that a little bit more. This agricultural company comprised of over 3,000 dealers across the nation, across North America. So our main focus was Canada and the United States. And one of the things that we found was that there was several, over 50 plus different salespeople at a dealership. And so the handoff of a marketing lead to that dealership was extremely important because it didn't always mean that it went to the right person just because we sent it over to the dealer. So in order to fix that, we had an entire workshop with some of the biggest dealers that we had out there, so the biggest voices of our leads and the quality of them. We had them come in a room with us and we had a marketing and sales alignment workshop, where we talked about the quality of leads, how we could improve them, what it meant to them. And the entire time we found was that we were defining an MQL a specific way in marketing, and what they were defining as an MQL was completely different. So we needed to make sure that we were on the same page. So we started recording some of the information that we had within the workshop to get on the same page and make sure that we were all in agreement before we left. The next thing we did is we wanted to implement specific things within the process of a buyer's stage and a buyer's life cycle in order to track the process. So we implemented a team of what I'm going to call as an inside sales representative team, where they were doing qualification of the leads. The dealers felt that no matter what we did digitally, it still needed a human touch because of the industry that we were in. And so we implemented an inside sales team where they would actually qualify each marketing qualified lead. We did a pre-qualification score, so we gave it a score of a certain threshold if it did certain things on our website or if it engaged. And then we also made sure that we tracked that score against what was actually being talked about in the conversations when it got over to the ISRs to qualify. The other thing that we did is we made sure that the inside sales representatives implemented feedback within their conversations to the dealers. So were the dealers being responsive enough to the customers? What was sort of the experience that they were following? This all played a role in us developing a really good way for us to understand what a true quality lead would be. So now when our ISR team was talking to our customers, we could truly understand what the needs were, and when we handed over a lead, we could then say, hey, Mr. Dealer, not only do we have these 5 leads for you, but we have one of them that has this need. They have this many acreage on their farm, and so on. And so then it was a lot more actionable to the dealer themselves. Amongst that, we also analyzed the process after we handed it to the dealer to determine if it truly was quality and to find out if there was anything additional that we could have done to make it easier for them. So we would have our inside sales team, within marketing, I myself called several of these dealers to actually get some feedback from them on the quality of leads after we did the workshop and after we implemented the ISR team. This allowed us to get a full picture and allowed us to get closed loop reporting as well. so that we can make additional changes and fixes along the way. So that's sort of a short and sweet version of some ways that you can help integrate and fix lead quality within an enterprise level.
Okay, guys. Hopefully that was helpful to some of you at an enterprise level when you're having leads that are coming from marketing and going to sales, and hopefully how you can optimize that whole process. Please don't forget to review us on the station that you're listening to and give us feedback on things that you want to hear. We'll see you next time on Marketing Cupcakes.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Marketing Cupcakes, an Endure podcast with your hosts, Dave and James Gilbert. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit marketingcupcakes.com. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe and rate the podcast. We'll catch you next time on Marketing Cupcakes.